For today, I really had to look up a lot of inspiration. But the problem with that is when you look up Hobbit Barn on Google Images, you get Hobbit holes or regular barns. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to build what we want to build today, but the goal is to get a Hobbit barn going because in the last episode, Shulk and this horse here got together and they had a mule, which was great. The mule was wonderful, carried my stuff, and he was fast. But he was also not very smart, and decided to take a plunge into a pool of lava with a lot of my stuff. But I've decided that I want to go ahead and have a nice home for these two, so they're not just tethered up to this fence out here outside of the farmer's hobbit house. And I think what we may do is somewhat of a irregular hobbit build and come over this way, maybe fill in a lot of the water here with dirt, maybe some oak plank, or not oak planks, this is spruce planks, and get that taken care of that way. Then we can build an above ground Hobbit barn of some kind or another. But before all that happens, I really want to do some exploring so we can get some good materials to help build this barn. So what we want to do is gather up some of these potatoes, trade with our farmer, and get some golden carrots to get these to have another mule for us. What do we got here, sir? How much are you willing to give me? Okay. That will do. It's not the best trade, but it will do. All right, you two. Are you close enough to each other? Let's see. Perhaps not. There we go. And now we've got a mule. Awesome. And something that my good friend Tater showed off in one of his videos was the mini HUD speed and jump thingamajig. I really don't know. Oh, excuse me, Fern. I really don't know the word for it. So let's take a look at it. If you look in the top left of my screen, you'll see coordinates and things. When we look at the donkey, he's got a speed of 7.3 with a jump of 1.6. That's not super great. The horse has a speed of 12.7 with a jump of 4.5. That is a solid horse. And this mule, a speed of 9.4 and a jump of 4.4. He can jump. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the speed, but we'll see. And I'm going to actually, I need to see if I have another saddle. Well, that appears to be problematic. We don't have a saddle. We'll have to get one on our adventures. And I guess for now we can once you grow up. Here, this will help a little bit. Once you grow up, we'll give you a chest and we'll drag you along with us. But for now, I guess we can start filling in the dirt spots. By the way, you may have noticed that I have just a diamond helmet on and then some enchanted iron armor. And you may be wondering why I don't have full diamond armor, especially if you've watched the earlier episodes of this series. The short answer is I died and lost it all. The long answer is I was trying to go through the Nether, and the ghast attacked me while I was on my pathway. It didn't go well. I died, and most of my stuff fell in the lava, including all my extra diamonds because I was trying to take them over somewhere else. Yeah, it didn't work out. It did not work out, and we're just waiting on you. Actually, I've got an idea. I'm just gonna need a chicken. Aha! Good, we got a feather. Maybe there's some more around here so we can get a couple of extras. Nice. So I did decide to breed them one more time just to see what we could get. And this one is about 2 blocks faster, but 1 block less jumpier. I think I'm okay with that. I think we're going to let that one grow up. And while we're waiting, I have a good plan for something. And I actually need some iron real quick. There we go. And let's make a couple of shovels here. That should be good. So at one point, 2 or 3 episodes ago, I made this giant dirt pillar which just so happened to mark what I think is going to be a trail ruins. I don't even remember what kind of treasure you can get from this, but I figured it might be something fun that we could do for part of exploring and while we're waiting for the mule to grow up. So let's see what we can find. Got to remember exactly what not to break. Like this. I think this guy is going to be fancy. And by fancy, I mean colorful, because we just got some blue dye. Now, I actually have no idea how big this trail ruin is going to be, or even if my shovels will be able to handle... Oh. We'll be able to handle it. But we shall see. It's our first pottery sherd. Hey, how? That's pretty cool. No way! Our first armor trim. Yes, let's go. That's going to be really cool to pop on our diamond armor when we actually get some more. Nice. We got another armor trim. We got the shaper and the razor. Let's go. You know, I'm genuinely curious. What do you guys think about the archaeology stuff in Minecraft? Let me know in the comments below. It's something that I initially myself wasn't too excited about when it first came out. But every single time I've had the opportunity to do something like this, I've always enjoyed it. And I think it has to do with the fact that even if there's very little reward, like I just get a bunch of wooden hose or pottery sherds that I never use, it's just fun to uncover something, some sort of object or something that's just buried and was lost to time. I don't know. It's just it gives me a sense of some sort of feeling that I think is really, really cool and really neat that they were able to portray here in Minecraft with it. But we're almost done here. I'm going to go ahead and cut to when we leave. Hold up. Is that what I think it is? Isn't this like one of the most rare finds that you can get? Oh, Aaron Shire. Relic. Nice. That's pretty big. Let's go. Well, we finished excavating out the trail ruin, and I'm excited to show you all that we got. We got at least the 3 different armor trims here, which is super cool. 5 of the pottery sherds, the music disc, and some other nifty things that are pretty helpful. Along with that, we got a bunch of garbage, which we'll probably leave here and come back for at some point in the future. Although, it might be worth grabbing the dirt and maybe some of this gravel. But the rest can stay there for sure. Now, let's head back to... Well, I gotta figure out how to get out of here. But I'll meet you guys back at the village, and hopefully our mule is all grown up. Well, after making it back, it looks like both of them are fully grown up, which is great. We just need to tame them. But before we do that, I thought something that might be cool is to come over here, make our smithing table, and let's apply some of the trims that we got to our armor. Now we're styling. Look at us go. Oh, this is so much fun. I love the armor trims. Awesome. Let's store these in here so we can have them for copies later. And I would love to listen to this song, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. And we're just going to store all this stuff in there. We got an extra lead, which is awesome. We got some cool signs. This is good. This is good. All right, let's team these guys up. Best friends, best friends. Let's go. Come on. Hey, that's right. Awesome. So we'll hop off you. We'll give you a chest. And we'll tame your buddy here. Awesome. Perfect. So let's go make you a chest and we'll give you one also. Then we're taking both of y'all. There we go. Well, looks like we may have to wait for some of these potatoes to grow. But once we do, we'll get going, guys. Also, feel free to drop some names for these mules in the comments below. We had some great ones for our dog in the last episode. And I am planning to name him a little bit later. We got almost a stack of potatoes, a couple of brushes, some good tools, and some iron. I think we and the mules are ready to go. Let's check out what we got going on over this way. I haven't really explored too far. And maybe we'll find some other villages. Maybe we'll find some other great generated places. We'll see. I kind of feel like a wandering trader. Except with better animals. Ooh, I see a village in the distance. This could be pretty good. Hopefully they have a saddle of some kind, because that would be really helpful. Or maybe even a blacksmith with some diamonds. They do have a nice place to tie up a horse, though. I'll be back for you guys in a sec. Let me see what we can get here. I guess we can grab the pumpkins. Hey, what you got to trade? Not interested. I'll grab the lectern. Books. Emeralds. Let's go. All right, guys, if you could do me one huge favor and have a saddle in one of these chests, that would be fantastic. Interesting house. I will take the iron and the gold. Well, I don't know about that helmet, but we'll take the iron pick. I guess the saddles are in the leather worker houses, and I haven't seen one of those guys around here. And apparently I'm also lost. Okay, I think we've explored everything in this village, and unfortunately we didn't get a saddle. Let's get our mules and continue on. It's a sunken ship down there we can check out. Let's put our horses right over here, and we'll come check that out so that they don't drown. The reason I'm able to see so well underwater too is because I downloaded a mod called Gamma Utils, and I downloaded it so that y'all could see when it's really dark, and I could kind of see already, but it's also been handy in spotting things underwater. So let's see if we can find something cool in here. Hopefully some diamonds or a treasure map, and maybe a squid. What do we got? Ooh, iron will be good. Let's try to get out before we drown. Oh my gosh. We're gonna drown. Okay. All right, and then maybe there's something further under deck that we can get. Yeah, here we go, and we'll be able to breathe. What do we have? A buried treasure map. Let's go. A couple of books and some paper. Come back to our boat, and then we'll see where the buried treasure map takes us. Okay, so we're kind of close. I just need to go southeast. All right, we're going west right now. We're going to pick up our mules, and then we're going to see if we can find some treasure. Found ourselves another sunken ship. Maybe we can check that out before we get to our buried treasure. Ooh, armor trims. Let's go. Let's get some carrots. And we got a second buried treasure map. Let's see if it's the same thing. It looks like it is. Okay. Armor trims are pretty sweet. I love these things, man. And we can actually get rid of one of these maps and pick up our horses, and let's keep going. Okay, we're finally on the map. I bet it's that beach right there. Yeah. And I think there's some kind of trick where we go... I think I'm looking at the wrong thing. We'll just have to figure it out. There it is. What do we get? Diamonds, let's go. Water breathing, heart of the sea, a bunch of iron. Oh my gosh, we hit the jackpot. Let's go. Let's get out of here before we drown. Oh yeah. Let's store what we can in here. Hopefully these guys don't go a little crazy. I'm gonna keep the iron on me. Yeah, that should be good in there. And he can actually, let's have him carry all the food. And then you can carry some of the other random blocks. And of course, we'll decide what we want to keep and what we don't want to. But now we have at least 9 extra inventory slots, or rather 15 extra inventory slots on these guys. Suspicious do roulette. What do we get? What do we get? Poison. Lovely. I've always wanted to be poisoned. Food poisoning is the greatest, guys. Time to pack up and head out. Maybe we can get something else good like that. That was awesome. You know, it wasn't actually a big thing that I was looking for, but bamboo is going to be a huge thing for us. Let's grab some for scaffolding, and then maybe we'll find some mangrove trees around here too. I don't know. It's a possibility. I'm going to write down these coordinates and then explore the jungle a little bit. Once we've explored enough of it and haven't found anything, or if we found a jungle temple, Then I'll come back here, we'll get our mules and potentially head back home if we can't find a mangrove swamp or anything pretty close by. Well, looks like it actually leads straight into a dark oak forest. Let's see about going this direction. Nope. Okay, this is actually the smallest jungle I've ever seen. Ooh, don't have any melons yet. Let's grab those. I'll adventure just a little bit in here. These places tend to be pretty dangerous. Oh, and then it just leads into a regular forest. Cool. All right, we made it back to our mules. Let's pick them up. And then we can hopefully find some sort of mangrove swamp or something along those lines. If not, maybe some other village or a few more sunken ships or something. Looks like we got another sunken ship. Let's drop the mules off over here in safety. And hopefully we'll get something good out of this. Buried treasure map. Coal. And some soup. Maybe there's something in here too. Yeah. Oh, baby. There we go. That's a pretty good haul. Let's go find that very treasure map, and then I think, as long as it's different, yeah, then we can, I think it's time to head home. I don't think we're gonna be able to find a mangrove swamp or a saddle anywhere nearby. I think it's just right over there. This block can be under here somewhere, or maybe not. Okay, it's this block. I'm sure of it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Another heart of the sea, bunch of iron, another potion of water breathing, some more emeralds. That's not bad. Prismarine. We can take the sword and the TNT. Nice. Ooh, it is nighttime, and as soon as we take a nap, it'll be time to head back home because we actually need to get to building. Let's go, boys. Well, while I wouldn't quite say the adventure was a super success, we did get quite a bit of stuff. And mostly, it was good. We got 2 Heart of the Seas, a whole stack of bamboo, a couple of potions of water breathing, some diamonds, and several emeralds, which will be really helpful for later, as well as almost a whole stack of iron. That was pretty great. It was pretty great. We need a saddle. Going wherever the mules want is not great. Also, I was hoping to get some sort of more colorful wood that was kind of reddish for the barn, like maybe mangrove, but that didn't quite work out as you saw. So instead, I think we'll just use the spruce and birch like we used for the build over there. I think it could turn out pretty good. It just, I don't know. Apparently hobbits didn't have barns. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But first, I need to empty my inventory, and then we can gather up a bunch of materials. Okay, so we've already got a few stacks of spruce logs, and it looks like, yes, several stacks. We should be good on that front. We got a couple of signs. We'll just have to craft the things we need. It is the birch that we're going to need to get, so let's head over there, grab some birch, and then we can actually get the building. You have to say it's actually so nice having an enchanted axe. It is making this chopping so much faster, and we may not have to wait so long to start building. So originally, I was looking at doing the barn right in this area, but really, it's a little too close to the water here, and I sort of want to do some sort of pier or something like that going off into the water for a fishing dock. So I don't think it'll work right in this area quite as much. So I'm thinking we can either terraform and move this structure out of the way, or we could even do it over there where those trees are and terraform that place there. That's still kind of close to the water, so I'm thinking maybe we work in this area and just see what we can get going. So I've got to chop some more trees and figure this out. Yeah, the terrain here is not super great. There's so much water everywhere. This is kind of chaotic. Alright, terraform a bit so we can get some dirt, at least enough to remove this. Okay, so I might have gotten a little carried away, but it does really open things up for us. So what I'm thinking is it's going to be a fairly short build. I mean, the hobbits aren't going to be very tall anyways, so we want to keep it kind of squat for them. So let's put a block there. Hello. Ooh, slime. I could use some slime. Hold on. Yeah. How much slime will you give me? 5? That's really not that much. Huh. Where'd he go? Oh, would you look at that? I got a couple extra leads and some leather. Huh, well, that's strange. Anyways, back to the building. What I was thinking is we're going to come across here. Probably about that far. Maybe a little bit further. Something like that. And then we can do there. And we can maybe do a 7x7. Something like that. To start off at least. And we'll go up. Like I said, it's going to be fairly squatty. Something like that should be a good start. Let's get some of our birch. And then we can start filling things in. Okay, yeah. I think that's going to work. And let's go ahead and get some spruce slabs and maybe some stairs. Oh, it's time for scaffolding. Let's grab some of our bamboo and string. Hopefully we have some string. One piece of string. Well, that gets us somewhere. And in fact, let's plant some bamboo real quick. That's a good start, and we'll probably end up moving the farm somewhere else a little bit later. But for now, that's what we'll do. Now that we have the scaffolding, let's come back over here. And continue this up. Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting base structure we got there. And of course, we've got some horse stalls over here, which will be good for our mules, our horse, and our donkey, though it may be just a little cramped. And then in here, we'll do maybe some sort of food storage. And maybe over here, we'll decorate. Don't have anything big enough for anything else. Although we may need to do some sheep or cows in here. Could look good. Maybe we've got some other ideas. I don't know. We'll keep working on it. We'll workshop the idea as we finish building it out. But for now, it's time to work on the detail a little bit because it's really quite bland. So let me work out exactly how I want this to look. But I think it's coming along nicely. A little bit of a progress update. I replaced the top part right there with a beam of spruce wood going through. I think it adds a little more detail. A lot of the door here, and then we have some supports for it to hold it open with the fences. And I sort of arched the door a little bit, as one does with the barn. Then we've got some storage in here with the unopenable chest. Some of the barrels here, and then of course we've got some more chests and barrels right there. We'll probably leave that unopenable until we actually need it. And then back here, I was thinking we would add some cows that I would need to find once this wheat grows up. Of course, over here we'll have our horse storage, which again we need to decorate with a little bit more wheat once it grows up. And over here, we're going to add a few more chests, probably to help deal with our chest monster over there. And I will clear it out here with some more fences. And by clear it out, I mean trim it out. And those are fence gates, not fences. There we go. And we just sort of duck to get in, which actually kind of works. And that's what I've got so far. I will come back once I've got more of an update. We are getting really close to it being finished, and I'm quite liking the way it's turning out. Oh, I did forget to mention that we want to have our paths here connect through the entire thing, and I do need to erase some of the old paths that are already here because I want our paths to connect not so much with the older ones as with each other. So only a little bit has really happened since the last update. We've added a bit of coarse dirt and some path block back here, as well as the horse, donkey, and mules, which I think will be great. And then, of course, we've changed the inside here, which maybe I mentioned that before. Uh, but I think what would really, really help is if we had some bone meal. And I think I have the perfect place to get that. I just need to go back to the Nether. I will just be getting bone blocks, so we'll leave one inventory slot open, I guess. Let's go find our Nether portal. I want to put the boat down, not the torches. There we go. All right, we should be okay to go in. Hopefully we don't lose anything. And we should just be able to get the bone blocks that we need in order to make things work. I already do not like the sound of that. Where am I being shot from? Okay. Oh gosh. Hope he doesn't see me. All right, 42 should be enough. I think I've had enough for a while. I got greedy, but that gas is making me nervous. It's time to get out and go back. No matter where it is, it always feels good to be back in the overworld. Oh man, the sun is setting. Let's see if we still have our bed over here. Grab a nap and then head back to our barn. Now that we made that quick trip to the Nether and have these bone blocks, we should be able to have... Oh yeah, that is plenty. We should be able to have as much bone meal as we could possibly want. Let's see what this can do for us. And voila. It's not a large wheat farm, but it will do. Now we take the wheat over here. And decoration. Doesn't go very far, but it is a nice touch, and it at least looks like we're giving them something to eat. I don't feel like there's too much more we can do. We just need to move some chests over here, and then we need to make sure we add light sources that aren't torches. And then, of course, we need to connect everything up with paths, and I think that'll be the end of this episode. Oh yeah, I can definitely get behind this. We ended up doing a ton of cleanup. You can even still see some of the places where grass is still growing in, where I've removed path block, and I've cleaned up everything in this area as far as that's concerned. Then I added some more paths myself, attaching the stable over here all the way to the front of the barn, bringing it around to the Hobbit hole from the second episode. And then back this way, we've got a nice little rough path leading to our storage unit, which has a bunch of single chests for different things like stone, dirt, and wood items and things like that, which are going to be great. And of course, I got a crafting table in the floor there, as well as when you come around here, I've done a few different things like adding hay bales and stuff like that around the area. And we moved the unopenable chest to the top there, so now we can access it. And of course, here I added another crafting table because I have a horrible habit of just creating crafting tables, ouch, wherever I am. And you can see because I have 6 in my inventory right now. And it's not because I picked them up from the trail ruin. It's because I crafted them myself. Yeah. Good one, ET. Anyways, like I said, we got our horses back here. We've got Shulk, the donkey, the nameless horse, and the 2 mules that also need names. So, hint, hint, feel free to drop names in the comments below for these guys. They all need names. But aside from that, I feel like there's a couple of other things that I want to do. And one of those things is I want to build some sort of custom tree, or at least try my hand at it. And I'm not I thought maybe I'd wanna do it right around there where these guys are really loud. Thought maybe I'd wanna do it, like, right in this area here, but it just doesn't seem like there's gonna be enough space, and it seems like it would be too much in the foreground, to these 2 buildings, and I'd kinda rather it be maybe back here? This might actually be a good spot, especially if we terraform a little bit more. Or we could even build one up here. On the other hand, yeah, you can see I haven't done any cleanup back here. Let's just ignore that. On the other hand, I could build some sort of custom tree on this side. Let's actually see in free cam what those options would look like. So we could build one like right there. That's really tight though. One up here, but that's gonna be I'm gonna have to clear a bunch of trees. Or I could terraform down here to help that one fit in a little bit better. Which actually may be my favorite option because this one over here, it kind of gets out of what we are already building. So we probably want to just terraform this area and put it right there. I think that'll be good. So let's try our hands at this. I've never been good at building trees. Terraforming, that's a different story. They don't call me EarthTwister for no reason. I don't even terraform that much. All right. Well, it may not be the best terraforming job I've got, but this definitely looks like we have a little more space. Let's remove these flowers and the grass, and then let's grab some spruce or something else. Hold on. I think it actually looks really nice. Looks pretty good. It brings nice green color to the area that's a little bit different than the moss and slightly different than the grass. It really works. I mean, the trunk blends in a little bit with the dirt behind it, but that's not too bad. You can see some of the branches, which is intentional. But if you guys have any tips or tricks on how to build better custom trees, feel free to drop them in the comments below because I definitely need them. It's something that I'm new at and want to try my hand at, and hey, could be fun. Comments and tips always welcome. Let me do one last thing for this tree. Boop. That should be nice. And now I've got one last thing to do for the barn, and then we have a visit to make elsewhere. And there we go. Now we got a little bit of life in the barn, which will be nice. And maybe eventually we'll add pigs and sheep or something like that. But for now, I think the cows look good. We got one last stop to make, and this guy's checking me out. Hold on, I feel uncomfortable. Okay. We have one last stop to make, so let's head back to our elf build and see what we got going on there. Well, Fortunately, we made it through the Nether just fine, and we're over here with our two pups, Scout and Strider. Thank you so much, Eggy, for commenting that name from our last video. It is such a great name, and it fits this world perfectly since it's all Lord of the Rings themed. And if you don't know who Strider is, go read the Lord of the Rings because he's not a two-legged monster that walks on lava in the Nether. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you had a great time. It was so much fun. We'll see you in the next one.